Thanks for stopping by. I'd like to preface this video by saying it is not a knitting tutorial, but it means to have something playing in the background while you work on your own knitting project. If you're like me and really enjoy having something on while you work, sometimes the content you like to watch is very visually engaging and you're several hours in and haven't gotten nearly as far along in your project as you would have liked to. So that's where I come in. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. We are continuing with the August Knit Along project, which is the Mitt the Family pattern. It is by Neish Design, and if you're interested in following along with us, go ahead and check the description box because there is a link to the Ravelry page where you can purchase the pattern for yourself. I just counted before I changed the battery on this one. If you remember yesterday's episode, I mentioned how my battery is almost dead. We're going to stop here. And today is the same day for me, but it's a new day for you viewing this. And I did a count, and I have 6 more rounds to go before we are at the part where I can leave my stitches reserved for later on when I pick them up again. So we are at an increased round at the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and do what I need to do in pattern before I get to the stitch markers that have reserved the thumb gusset. So let me know in the comments if you are particular about textures. I know it's a very obscure thing, but or sensations too. I was getting ready for bed last night and my partner was also getting ready for bed, and I mean, I wasn't gonna go to sleep because Paws and Pearls sleeping like a normal person. Yeah, right. I was just brushing my teeth because I knew I was gonna be asleep at some point and I was done eating for the day. And my partner and I were sharing the sink, brushing our teeth and stuff, and I have a thing about texture or feelings, like sensations, where if some things just really make me agitated and make me feel weird, and just thinking about it right now is making me shiver because it's like, that feeling is horrible. And one thing, I mentioned before, like if you watch some of my earlier videos with this project, check out the playlist, by the way, if you're curious. I mentioned how I like to shower at night because I prefer going to bed clean, and I prefer the feeling of like pajamas on a clean body versus feeling sticky from like washing and kind of being dampish and putting on clothes for the day. And I mentioned how like every so often I might shower in the morning if I wake up really hot and feel like I need to, but for the most part I only shower at night. And so that's just an example of a sensation. Another one I mentioned before was like I need to have a blanket on me when I sleep, and I can't have socks on. Like a nap is a little different. Like I still usually prefer to have a blanket, but I can sleep like a nap with socks on. But if I'm in bed, my socks need to be off, and I just cannot at all get comfy if I know I have socks on my feet. Like it will take me forever to get to bed if I have socks on. So another weird thing, but sensation. So about the brushing the teeth is that like my partner and I were brushing, and toothpaste goo was like spilling out of my mouth because I have to brush my teeth with my mouth open. I cannot like clamp my lips around my toothbrush and brush because that sound and those vibrations of the bristles rubbing on my teeth is like amplified when you close down on it, and that feeling of them being like really tight on my, I can't do it. It is bad. I also have to wet my brush if I'm brushing my teeth. Obviously you rinse it off when you're done, and you depending on who you are, you might even rinse it before you put your toothpaste on. I do. I wet my brush before I put my toothpaste on. I put the toothpaste on. I can't go in with just a dry toothbrush and toothpaste because the way that it feels on my mouth dry is also agitating. So I was like brushing my teeth, and so I had to like tap my partner because I'm like, I'm spewing toothpaste everywhere. I'm gonna have to spit this out because I can't keep my mouth closed, and it's just like foam stuff everywhere I have to spit. So I was just thinking like, well, what if I tried just today to close my mouth and brush because we're sharing? Still, couldn't do it ever since I was a kid. Still can't do it. It's just a sensation that I don't like. But as weird as it is, my partner doesn't close their mouth either. They just, I don't think it bothers them that the sound happens, so they just don't care. But let me know if you're like that. I mean, that might be like TMI, and you might not want to share your personal grooming habits, but it's like, do you do bunny ears when you tie your shoes, or do you do a loop and a wrap around and through? It's like, it depends on, I guess, your preference, but that's something I think is pretty tame as far as like what I do when I am in my home and the camera's not on. But I just, that feeling is just horrendous. Another thing is like textures. I don't like the sound of washing metal pans. I don't know anyone who does though, but anything scrapey sounding, don't like it. I don't like the sound of forks on dinnerware. Oh wait, no, this is a pearl. Oops. I don't like the texture of cucumbers or tomatoes or bananas. Ugh. I can't stand bananas. I love how they taste, texture, but I'll eat a banana with peanut butter and, you know, other things that have banana in them. What am I doing? But as far as like straight up banana, can't do it. Coconut, I think I mentioned that. I don't like the texture of coconut, but I love coconut flavored things. Those are probably just some of them. There are probably more that I'm just not thinking about that exist, and I've tried to suppress those thoughts. So I can't recall anything directly, but I'm sure there's more. There has to be more. Because I'm just a weird person. But aren't we all, right? But yeah, if you want to share, tell me if there's some things that either occur in nature or that are part of your life or that you've encountered that just give you like those tingles that you just can't, you don't like it. It rubs you the wrong way and it makes you agitated, or you have some kind of visceral reaction to a texture, a sound, a sensation, some kind of sensation. But yeah, I thought I would take a moment to talk about that. one that's kind of annoying, but not terribly agitating, is when Koji and Kabu dig in their litter box incessively? The word, not obsessive, but like constant. There's a word. I'm probably mispronouncing it, but I'll just say never-ending digging in the litter box. Before they go, after they go, doesn't matter if there's new litter or old litter. If they are the first one using it after it's been cleaned, or if they have used it once or twice already for the day before I had a chance to empty it. Like, they'll just dig and dig and dig and dig and dig. And it's just... Now, if they were digging and it was quiet, probably wouldn't care. But it's my fault because I do give them like these... It's called Yesterday's News. If you're a cat litter person, you might know of it if you've seen it before in your store, but it's recycled newspaper pellets. And I love the paper because it's better for them as far as like dust level, and it's better for me because I can sweep up pellets a lot easier than clay or corn or little paper roll things. I've tried a bunch of different litters and thinking of like how easy is it to keep, how heavy is it, how dusty is it, how messy is it. Those are all things I think about when I get my litter. So for us, the best option after trying lots of litters was Yesterday's News. However, because it's pellets, it's noisy when it's rattling around in the litter box. So I was just like, oh, they keep hitting it and it's beating up against the sides of the box, and they're digging, so they're rustling it around. And, you know, if you're just down there kind of having a nice quiet moment and then you just hear you're like, oh, come on, man, or girl. Super annoying. But yeah, those are some of the things. Oh, here's another one. I keep, as much as I said, I don't have anything else to say. I have more. Motorcycle bikes, motorcycles, or fast cars, or just those big rumbly cars. Maybe, I don't know if it's just a thing in America or what, but like people love to have these loud A-word cars, like loud A-word cars, and barreling down the road, it's vibrating everything, it's setting off car alarms because it's just loud. And I'm like, come on, so noisy. I don't understand. I guess that's just me and everyone else I know in my life. We cannot understand the thrill and the joy of having a loud rumbly car or bike and disturbing the peace. Where I used to live, there was an ordinance law about like how many decibels loud your vehicle could be, and you know, people would get in trouble for it. And I don't think that exists in my current state. Man, if it does, nobody's listening to the rules. When we were out today, actually, I was the one who was driving, because my partner just didn't feel like it, and I was like, you can drive. I'm like, are you sure? Because they don't like how I drive. I actually go the speed limit, and I stop when I see a yellow light if I know I'm not going to make it through the intersection before it turns red. And, you know, I proceed. I'm a relatively cautious driver, and my partner is more of a aggressive driver, defensive driver, I guess I don't know what you call it. And I got honked at today. One, yes, I got honked at because there were people who were still in the intersection when my light turned, and the person behind me didn't see them and decided to honk at me. And I'm like, what am I gonna do? Hit them? They're still in the middle of the road. Like, they're still going through the light. But anyway, yeah, there was a loud truck that was rumbling down the street when I was out, and I was like, wow, I don't like that. Now, is it a noise where I feel like I need to cover my ears when I hear it? No, but it's also not fun to hear. Not my favorite. So, I was gonna tell you guys something. I don't know if it was a complaint, another complaint, you know, me, or if it was something else. I can't. Oh, it was a complaint. So, I bought some shampoo in a big economy size bottle because I go through it, and I actually emailed the customer service of Honey Baby Naturals, who's also in the description as a brand that I support, a minority owned brand, but because I like to alternate between two different shampoo brands, I had bought some from them and had asked them about if they planned on introducing some like economy style or family size, you know, liter bottles with the pump and everything, or just a big liter bottle, because theirs are like 8 ounces, I think. And because they're small business, you know, they're making everything themselves. They don't have like that mass production ability where they can cheapen the price because they can do a lot at once. So it's expensive, and of course, because I buy from them, I want to keep supporting them, but I alternate between them and another brand because, you know, I have one month where I have the ability to buy more expensive shampoo and conditioner, and then another month where I buy the cheaper one. So I asked them just to see what they were up to as far as plans to expand their line to have bigger bottles, or if they're going to keep them the same. And I told them, you know, I'm just one customer. Here's something that I think would be nice, but, you know, I can always recycle. I'm going to recycle the bottle that I have that I used now, of the shampoo I'm using now. So when that one's empty, I'll just buy the other one again and put it in that one, so I don't, you know, have to worry about it so much. But they're like, no, thank you for that. It's definitely something we'll consider, and we appreciate that you want to eco-size product. So wherever that goes, I don't know. I don't know if other customers have asked them. Since they are smaller, I think it's easier to reach out to customer service with suggestions and stuff like that, if you have any. Just like one of the very small nail polish brands that I buy from, I emailed them, and they had a survey for like products and stuff, and they wanted to test the climate, like what other products do people want, how do we feel about merch. And I told them I'm not really a merch person, but I do like scrunchies. I have one in my hair right now, and I said it would be cool if you guys, if you do go the scrunchie route, if you make them the same color as some of your staple like nail color stories. So like some earthy tone scrunchies, some greens, some blues, some reds, some pinks, and so that people who have their nails can accessorize their scrunchie to match their nail colors, which I think is awesome. I love when I find scrunchies that match my outfits, that's really cool. But most of the time I just wear one type unless I'm doing something really fancy and want to, accessorize more. And that's mostly because it's just hard to find scrunchies that are in the colors that I like and the clothes that I wear. But yeah, so I told them, yeah, I want to support. Here's my suggestion. Not that you asked, but I like to reach out to tell people what I like, what I don't like about things, and they're like, cool. So I bought the other shampoo and conditioner that does come in the Eco bottle, and I get it. It came from UPS, and I just opened the package this morning, and I found out that one of the caps was like popped open and squirted product like all in the inside of the box. And I was so sad because I had planned on using that box to mail off the product that wasn't the product, the package that I was running to the post office for this afternoon. But then I opened it, I'm like, wow, this box, I know the shampoo has a fragrance, but this is coming out really strong. And then I opened it, and of course it's everywhere. It was over the other bottle, it was all on the inside, it was on this other product that I bought that I included because it was something I had my eye on anyway at the store, and I was like, hey. But I've had some issues before with this particular brand, so it wasn't the brand of the shampoo, it's the retailer that sells the shampoo happened to have other stuff at their store that I bought. And there were a couple times, like one, stuff busted up inside and damaged. Two, forgetting things in the order, but clearly saying on the packing slip that it was in there and it's not. Thankfully, it wasn't expensive for me. It was a 99-cent lotion that happened to be on sale for 99 cents. And I was buying some hair oil and shampoo that time. And I was like, oh, I use lotion all the time. I love hand lotion. I'm going to buy this one. It's $1. Why not? And then it was not included in the shipment. And yeah, just other times where this has happened, where stuff is leaky or damaged, and I've bought from them a few times, so I thought maybe it was a fluke. And then it happened again. I'm like, oh, what's one little problem? But now this has happened, so I don't know what to do, because honestly, I could buy some of the products directly from the sites, like from the brand directly. Some of them have their own website and aren't sold exclusively at this store, but some things are sold exclusively at this store. So it makes it tricky to decide if I wanted to keep risking having a bad shipping experience just to get the product. Is it really worth the stress? I don't know. And then the other problem is, like, I could go into store, but not all the stores carry all of the things, so that makes it hard too. Where are we? Okay. I think we can finish this round. Man, you guys make it super easy to talk. Honestly, if I'm not in a meeting at work, I really don't talk that much during the day. You would think, oh, well, you know, you have your partner. And yeah, I do, but even then it's like we talk about stuff. But they're usually, if you remember me talking about how we have decided that we are okay with wearing our own headphones, enjoying our own media, because they like to watch things over and over and over and over and over again, and it drives me nuts. And I do like to listen to music, maybe like an album or two cycled through a couple times, but not that many times. So we're like, cool, you know, I'll watch my videos, you can watch yours, and we'll talk here, we'll talk at dinner, we'll talk when we're walking, we'll talk before we go to bed, and we'll talk when I see you when you come back home from work. But I mean, most of the time we're both at work, so we're not talking to each other, because they're working out of the home and I'm at home, and we don't have the, you know, they're too busy to text most of the time during their shift, as am I, so we just don't do it. But yeah, I mean, as often as you guys see me talking straight for 30 minutes or so is uncommon. Okay, let's try to scooch these a little bit more. We're almost to the end of our round. Keep like seeing my little string pop up from the middle from the cuff. And I'm like, I thought I pushed you down already. What are you doing? So we have a little more, 2 more. Okay, so we're beginning our pattern style round, and we can see we have the gusset right here, and then we have our pattern, our cuff, all that wonderful stuff. And yeah, so we're still just making our little bit of ways. We've knit quite a few rounds now, so I think next time you see me, we might just have 2 more before we can leave our stitches and then continue around. So with that, I will see you tomorrow. Bye.